I'm surrounded by story. I'm surrounded by living stories all day. And every morning, what I do is I take my steaming coffee into the dark room and I commune with my imaginary friends beneath the red light before getting to work.
Yeah, that was my next question. When? So your morning usually you write, or?
I mean, I think that it's important for writers to have habits. Like maybe you have a certain album, a playlist that you develop for your novel, and you listen to it every day. And it's almost like a Pavlovian response, right? You know, you're listening to Slayer, you're listening to whatever, Norah Jones, you're listening to the New Kids on the Block. You know, you're listening to something every time that you sit down to write, and as a result of that, it gets you in the zone that much more swiftly. You write in the same place, or you write in the same time, or you have a little Buddha you rub the belly of, or you have incense that you burn, or whatever floats your boat. But you do this in an effort to get yourself to that it place all that much faster, right? You know what I mean by the it place? It's that place where you go and 3 hours go by and you barely realize it. And you've got 10 pages in front of you and you have no idea where they came from. That's where the good stuff comes from. So for me, I've always been more of a morning guy because I like the way it and I know that everybody has to work around your life. And I worked around my life for a long time. I write full time now. That was not the case for 14 years prior to this. And at one point, when I was teaching at Marquette and UW-Stevens Point, when I was teaching 5 classes a semester, when I was grading hundreds of composition papers, I would make a pot of coffee at 11 p.m. and I would write until 3 a.m. and then I would wake up at 9 a.m. Right? And you have to write around your life. And sometimes that's like, okay, every Tuesday and Thursday morning for 2 hours, I'm going to write. Sometimes that's, you know, in the afternoon, Monday, Wednesday, Friday for an hour. I'm just going to, even if I don't write anything, I'm going to revisit the manuscript and stay in the flow of it. But I think you have to have a schedule. And I think you have to communicate that schedule to people in your life so that they hold you accountable for it. Because otherwise they're going to be knocking on the door. Hello, you want to go to the zoo? Right? The zoo is always calling. There's always something to watch on Netflix. There's always something, you know, the kitchen always needs to be cleaned. And if you don't communicate to people in your life, this is what I need to do, this is when I need to do it, the zoo is going to pull you out of that zone. And for me, it's morning because that prioritizes the writing. It says everything else that I need to do will fit into the time after. But I'm in a place right now where I actually write 8 to 10 hours a day. And lately it's been 16 hours because I've just taken on too many. Usually, you know, the writing game is a little bit like roulette, where you put all these pitches on the table. You know, and you don't put all your money on one thing. You put your chips all over the table and you hope 2 of those things strike, and usually you lose the rest. I can't tell you how many pitches I've put out there that I've gotten no. I get rejected every day. Rejection never ends. Okay? But I'm in a situation right now where a few too many things hit at the same time. And I'm scrambling. I'm not complaining. I'm just I'm working 16-hour days right now just to juggle it all. But morning is when I can lift the heaviest load with my brain.
I thought when you said the zoo, you meant the actual zoo, because I have little kids and they want to go to the zoo every day in the summer. Can we go to the zoo? I'm going to just say, no, you're the zoo.